What's going on, guys? Welcome to the video. I want to go ahead and say, before I start speaking on any sort of changes or how I feel about this killer, Sadako is definitely a B tier. And I know that a lot of people say that she's C tier, but I honestly think this killer is B tier. And the reason is because I know that she has bad chase, but her map pressure and the ability to build up condemned, a lot of people are kind of lacking or slacking on this stuff right now about the condemned. It's not like the most typical thing you see, but it can actually happen with the right add-ons, and you're typically gonna get a Mori like once a game if you try your absolute hardest to get that Mori instead of just focusing on chases. You actually could get a Mori every game, unless the survivors play it perfectly. If you get into the high MMR, Condemn is going to be kind of a thing that's just there, but most of the time, if you're in the lower or the mid sort of MMR, you're going to be going against people who are definitely not that experienced into how to do things like that, so they're not really going to be able to counter it too well, and you're going to get a lot of Moris. If you are going for the Moris, I've noticed that a lot of people don't go for the Moris. They're actually more so going for the chases, going for the whole thing that Dead by Daylight has just been made to be, which is a killer chases survivor game. So this gameplay, the way that a lot of people don't want to play her, but is kind of a very good way to play her, is sort of just teleporting to TVs over and over and over to build up Condemned to make survivors Moriable. And once you do that, boom, you Mori one, and see if you can do it to the other. Maybe you don't want to do it to more than one, but you can. It might not be a horrible idea. But enough of the Condemned part, because that is a very big part of her ability, is the Condemned. Another reason that I think she's B is because of the map pressure. Since she can go from TV to TV to TV to TV to TV, just keeps going all around, the map pressure is insane. Survivors can obviously counter it by holding the TV tape. That they go to a TV, they pull out the tape, and they just hold on to it. It builds up Condemn, which, like I said earlier, if you're doing the strat where you actually do condemn the survivors while they're holding a tape, it's a deadly, deadly, deadly thing, and I really do think it's kind of underrated that strat is. But also, her hit and run with the TVs and everything like that is pretty good, actually. I tried it whenever she was released and everything like that, and even the day after, so yesterday, I tried it, and yeah, it's a pretty nasty thing to do with this new killer. She's definitely a very hit and run sort of playstyle character. So, and I always love hit and run. I've always loved that. Even whenever I used to do it with Ghostface, I loved doing it. Okay, now let's get to probably the reason that she's not A tier or S tier, because this is what a lot of people have. This is why a lot of people have put her either in C tier or B tier. It's because her chase is so lacking. It's, if you've noticed from the past couple of killers that we've gotten, for example, Artist, Pinhead, Nemesis, stuff like that, right? We've gotten these killers that have been very keen on actually stopping the survivor from being able to loop the person over and over and over, or loop the killer. And that's why I don't think a lot of people like this killer, because she just can't chase, right? Her way of chasing is just running at you and hoping that you don't drop a pallet on her. You can still mind game, of course, and everything like that, blah, blah, blah. Like, you can go invisible and stuff like that. And there's certain add-ons that do actually keep you invisible a little bit longer and stuff like that when you manifest and stuff like that. But that is, most people are not going to be running those add-ons because the chase is already her weakest point. and just helping it that little bit is not that big of a deal. I am probably gonna be doing a little bit of an experiment by using certain perks, certain chase perks like Enduring, Spirit Fury, Brutal Strength, stuff like that, to help with the chase element of this killer. And I'll maybe make some videos on that, see how things go, because that's the one thing that this killer lacks. And I have, from my 2 days of playing this killer, I can tell you that is a very big downside to this killer. It's just something that a lot of people can take advantage of very easily, because they know that they can just loop this killer forever. I mean, she isn't this killer that, you know, like Pinhead, who can just attach a chain to you, and so you can't, if you vault a pallet, you vault it slow, or if you try to run, you're slowed down because the chains are pulling you. This is stuff like she just can't do anything about it. So that's why I put her at B tier. B tier is where I'm gonna keep her until unless they buff her or nerf her or whatever they're gonna do to her. I hope they don't nerf her. I really hope they don't nerf her. I have been seeing a couple of complaints about this killer. She is not that good of a killer, okay? She isn't. I don't know why people are complaining. This killer, yeah, sure, she might be stealthy, and she might just come out of nowhere and hit you, and you might be like, well, dude, that's so unfair. Dude, Survivor's some crybabies, I swear. But she's not a good killer. Right now, she's not, and I'm perfectly fine with that. Perfectly fine with that. She's balanced, right? She's not good, but she's not bad, right? That's where we need killers to be. We can't have it to where they're just super good and super bad, right? I don't want this killer to be the next clown. I want this killer to just stay where she is. Like, we already have a really balanced killer called the Demogorgon. Demogorgon, I honestly think, is the most balanced killer in the game. I think Onryo is a bit lower than the Demogorgon, but I do believe that the Demogorgon is the most balanced killer in the game. So, if they can just get her a bit more strong, buff her a little bit more, I don't know on what, something with her chase maybe, right? That would be the only thing I could think of, is to just do something with her chase, but I don't really know what they could do. I don't know. That's really all I got to say, though. Just wanted to give my perspective, my thoughts on this new killer, because she really is a killer that I've been wanting in this game ever since the Michael Myers DLC came out back in, what, 2016? Right? That was the first licensed killer, and I remember when that came out, and I immediately thought of Sadako. Immediately. It was just an instant. I was like, dude, this killer, I feel like this could be terrifying in a video game like this, where someone's chasing you. I feel like this would be perfect. And they did it. It took them many, many years, but they finally did it. And, new chapter, but it's the same game, right? This game, at least at the moment, with MMR and everything like that, is not that great. I'm still gonna play this game, because I do love this game. I love, the game itself, but I don't even love at all the MMR. The MMR could just, if it just went away, no one would be crying, or no one would be sad about MMR leaving. But yeah, hope you guys did enjoy the video. Make sure to play this killer while she's still in the way she is, because I can guarantee you she's going to get nerfed, because people are crying, survivors are crying, and behavior likes to suck up to survivors. Just go ahead and play her as much as you can. Use the bloody fingernails, by the way. Use the bloody fingernails. The bloody fingernails are the best add-on that she has right now, and people are going to complain about it. Okay, just wanted to point that out there. Alright, see ya.